This cucumber doesn't look that well, huh? That's because they don't do well in this climate. Yeah, so it's a failed experiment, but it goes to show how important it is to find out what grows well in your area. The good news is I didn't do all this work for nothing. I could just replace it with something else that likes to grow up trellis. And this right here is a perennial lima bean, which can live up to 6 years. So for 6 years, this trellis here is going to produce food for me. And my kitchen's right there, so all I have to do is walk out the door, come out here, pick some lima beans, and cook them for dinner. So you want to get stuff that's really easy to grow for your area. I mean, I've never even had this lima bean, but I'm willing to try it just because it's so easy to grow. And I'm sure it's good. You know, all plant foods are good. In this video, I want to show you a couple other things we're growing here that we've been growing for a while, probably like a year. Very low maintenance. These things they just grow. So I'll show you how to plant them too. Like these ones, you just take cuttings and you just plug them in the ground, and that's it. Then you just come pick when you want to eat something. Just come out here and pick it. So I'm going to show you some of those, and then got some new stuff that I'm excited about that I want to share as well. This one here is called Okinawan Spinach, and you harvest it and replant it at the same time. You just find a piece that's like maybe a little bit less than a foot or so, and just break piece off. And then I'm going to strip all these leaves off, I'll show you. And then just replant the stem, because we're going to eat the leaves, and then we're just going to replant the stem. This one here is called Cuban Oregano. It's propagated the same way by cuttings. So all you have to do is find a stem that's 6 to 8 inches probably, and you could do this with it. Here's another one that's really tasty. It's called Katuk. And it grows the same way, it's propagated the same way, but it's done with a woody cutting, and this one's too young. I don't have a cutting for it yet. Enough to cut. See that the stem is still green. It needs to be woody like this, but there's not much of that, so I can't take it off. So all you need to do is take these leaves off. You save these leaves for dinner, you eat those. And then you just walk over to your garden and you plug this right in. Same thing with the oregano. So you're really just gonna pop them in, walk away. That's it. This one here is Okinawan purple sweet potato. It's done the same way with just a cutting. They call them slips. I actually have 70 of them in here that I planted. Not too long ago, about a week, they definitely took. They're doing good. The main root crops that are growing here on the Big Island is those purple sweet potatoes, the cassava, and also taro. Taro is really big here, and it's really good. There's like more variety of taro here than anywhere else on the world because the Hawaiians really loved it. It's really good. But the thing with these root crops is you have to keep replanting them. Every time you harvest, you got to replant. So some of those other ones I was showing you, they just, you pick a little bit off of them and then they just keep growing. You never really have to replant them. But the root crops are so good that like it's worth it to put in a little bit extra work. One of the plants I used to grow a lot back home was string beans. Really easy to grow. They actually do really good here too. I'm just looking right now, and there's probably a big handful that I'm gonna pick for dinner tonight. There's like, I don't know, probably like 20 or 30. Every day I get like a handful. Well, maybe every other day I get a handful off of here. But these are doing much better because there's really good soil here. Because there's no soil here on Big Island, most of Big Island anyway. Some parts have soil. But in this area, it's just lava rock and maybe like an inch of soil. So we brought this in, and it's really good soil. It's a good mix. It has biochar, fertilizer in it, manure, MacNut compost. Let me show you the ones that we didn't put the good soil in. They still produce some string beans, but they don't look anything like this. These string beans have been here at least a month longer. And look how small they are. They're just like tiny compared to those other ones. So soil really is important, and you don't really learn that until you see the contrast of like the like bare minimum of soil, which we had here, and then that soil, which was really good and definitely made the plants grow a lot better. And now for some of the new stuff. It's still small because we just planted it, but I'll show you anyway, just because it's really cool. The first one I got here that I'm standing right next to is a tree tomato. So like tomatoes, the cherry ones, and especially yellow, because I guess the bugs can't see them as easily. But for the most part, tomatoes don't really do well here. So this tree tomato, it's supposed to taste a little bit like a tomato, but sweeter. It's gonna grow, big, and it's gonna last a lot longer than a tomato plant anyway. I'm not sure exactly how long, but for years, like maybe 5 years, I don't know. This one's just regular green onion. I didn't know, if it would work or not, but somebody brought some over, and I just put it in the ground, and it looks like it's doing really well. This one here is called Chaya. It grows into like kind of a bush, maybe 8 feet tall, and you just pick the leaves off of it. And you have to cook these at least 15 minutes. They have cyanide in them, so it evaporates off, so you could still put it in soup. This here is a trellis I built today. I'm going to plant some long beans all along the bottom there. I planted some yams down there, right there. So I'm really excited. This is like 7 feet tall and 20 feet wide. It's gonna be just covered in beans. It's gonna be awesome. So here I saved the best for last, the one I'm most excited about. This is Moringa. It's a superfood. It's like super nutritious. It grows into a big tree, and you just pick these leaves off. I think you could eat it raw too. They were saying in class that it tastes a bit like wasabi, but if you cook it, that spiciness goes away. But I really can't wait till we have some of this to eat. Well, that's all I got for this video. Remember, just grow things that grow well in your climate. Low maintenance, really easy. Just make your life easier. You'll have more fresh food to eat, and you'll have more time to do other things that you like. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.